course. This is the poll winner, the one that I promised you from back a few weeks ago. If you're first time viewer to my channel, thank you for being here. And if you're returning, what's up? But also, you know, I have dogs, and I'm fairly certain that Monty just snorted. He's gonna do that. And Nina has already entered the chat when she saw the equipment come out, so she's behind me. This is Shelly Israeling, by the way. I'm so glad that you chose to join me for this. This is very special. But as I was saying, today's movie is Alan J. Pakula's 1993 John Grisham adaptation, The Pelican Brief. It stars Oscar winner, two-time Oscar winner Denzel Washington, Oscar winner Julia Roberts, among others. Oh God, what's his name? The one from Medium and Dawn of the Dead, the remake with Sarah Polley. Jake Weber. Yeah, I got it. He's also in this movie Wendigo that I really like. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe to this channel so you can see when I have coming up, and turn on notifications so that you can be informed when I drop new content, because it'll be one hell of an October. I've got some fun, scary stuff coming and some political intrigue, because I think it's going to be a very interesting next 60 days. So yeah, we will get into The Pelican Brief, 1993. I can't think of any other Alan J. Pakula movies except Consenting Adults, which I shouldn't even know exists. Like, I was too young when that movie came out, but my parents really liked it, so. I just love the way this movie is shot. Rest in peace, James Horner. God, I miss him so much.
What do they say?
Oh, put it in the
Usual.
Louvre. What a shot.
Death to Rosenberg. Retire Rosenberg. Cut off the oxygen.
That's a good one.
That's my favorite.
Look at Hume Cronin. You know what? James Horner also scored Batteries Not Included, which film starred Hume Cronin and his wife Jessica Tandy. Rest in peace to both of them as well. I hope I never want anything so badly that I'm willing to end the life of people in order to get it. Most people don't. They just kind of suffer. But imagine wanting money so bad that you're willing to just off two Supremes. Supremes! You're willing to murder two Supremes! I don't want anything that badly.
But not yet. Not yet.
And it's not like Victor Matisse wasn't already rich. He was already rich. But he wanted so much more money that killing two Supreme Court justices was just, whatever.
The love of money is the root of all evil.
I do love DC. If you get a chance to come out here and just walk the mall, please do. Feels good to be around all that history. A place created to humble foreign heads of state. God bless the USA. Yes.
Mr. Sneller?
Stanley Tucci is so good in this movie. Like, we don't ever know anything about this guy. We just know that he's literally a chameleon. I'm not even sure the accent that he's putting on when he's talking about Edwin F. Sneller is really him. Could have just been who he wanted the guy to hear.
Hello?
Everything is in place.
It will be finished.
He must have 1,000 accents. Stanley Tucci is that good.
Well, the Supreme Court disagreed with you, Miss Shaw. Now, why is that?
Because they're wrong.
I love that we get to see this side of her because we understand that she's not willing to accept. I mean, she does know the law, but she's not willing to accept the outcome when she thinks that she can find a better one, and she's willing to work to get that answer. So we get that sense of how her brash sensibility in thinking when it comes to the law, she was willing to think outside the box, which is why she could write the brief. A silencer is a very scary weapon. You just don't hear it coming. This is humiliating. Oh.
They found Rosenberg around 1 a.m. Jensen was found 2 hours later in some queer club.
But I can tell you that I think it's interesting how often actors, once they're in this political pipeline in terms of roles that they've taken, they kind of just transition to other political roles, like almost like you have credibility in that like arena. Like Tony Goldwyn playing chief of staff here, he eventually plays the president on Scandal, and then it happens again. It happened, yeah. Martin Sheen playing chief of staff in The American President eventually becomes president on The West Wing for like 8 seasons.
So why Jensen? He was nominated by this president. He and Rosenberg had almost nothing in
Almost
common.
nothing.
Almost.
That's what they should be looking for, you know.
Decisions on which
the two of them agreed.
Who are your suspects?
I do think that he was clueless.
Of course.
He wouldn't have asked them to look into it if he knew the source. I kind of think that Fletcher was aware the whole time. Plausible deniability is his job, so he can't really let the president know.
You know, that Gransom's a man after my own heart.
Everyone is assuming that the motive is hatred or revenge. What if the issue involved old-fashioned material greed? A case that involves a great deal of money.
The literal aha moment. It's so satisfying when you have an idea about something and that the evidence bears it out. Like, you have a belief and you do the work, and in the end, the conclusion that you come to based on evidence is correct. Nothing more satisfying. You know that nothing tastes as good as skinny feels? Nothing feels as great as being right. It's vindication. If you ever get a chance to do something like that for yourself, do it. And there it is. The Pelican Brief. Roll credits.
Who's done it, Miss Shaw?
You're the one who sat out class because you were in mourning. She had to do something with her time. That brilliant mind needed to do something.
Here, give me a war to run or the CIA or something, but I use the copious amounts of free time I have to think.
Well, you know, my girlfriend, this girl, she wrote a very interesting essay on who might have ordered the assassination.
Your girlfriend has a theory?
Here, you ought to take a look at it.
Yes. She's a
She got
lost
the way her
stupid
mind
dick.
works.
I'm sorry to call you at such a crazy hour. I'm on my way to work, and I stopped at a payphone. I'm an attorney.
The amount of pressure that must have been weighing on Curtis because he knows something so consequential, and that knowledge, he's not a dummy, could get him killed. He's a father and a husband, and it was so much that he had to do something. So many people in this movie are just ordinary people who saw something bad happen and just couldn't stay quiet. And you don't realize how often that happens in real life. Like, just the guy next door who has a sense of justice enough to actually take action. God bless those people, man.
It's a theory that surfaced in the last 24 hours, and Director Voiles is very intrigued by it.
From
Damaging
a
to
manila
the president.
folder to an actual FBI hardcover binder.
It's amateur stuff.
He loved
But
it.
how often does something come along that makes Cole sweat and run for cover?
The premise behind this thing is so far-fetched, it's absurd. But Director Voiles, for reasons that you and I both can guess, is going after it.
Yeah, we can't interfere with his investigation.
The second we confirm that this thing is garbage, you can ask Voiles to back off.
The president can't ask people to back off an investigation. That's why you got to be careful about the friends and the company you keep and who you take money from in a political campaign, because there's a lot of quid pro quo going on. Some people just have so much money that when they give it to you, they really do expect you to move as they feel is accordingly.
Come on, let's go.
No, I'm serious. You should. You have the youth.
I
the
feel
energy,
that Julia doesn't get enough
certitude.
respect
You'd be perfect.
for this
Write
performance.
it.
There's a moment that's coming up that is, to me, the primary thing that I point to. Let me explain. There's a moment in Hereditary where Toni Collette's character finally succumbs to the entity that eventually uses her, and her demeanor changes in a way that is extraordinary. Watch her change from
Miss Shaw!
sublime happy face to absolute shock. It's brilliant.
You take my breath away.
I just had chills. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh god, it's so effective. I feel it in my bones every time.
Could I have your name?
Physical acting here is brilliant.
Darby Shaw.
They missed. I know he ran back to William Atherton. He's like, that bitch got away. The resolve of this woman, her will to survive, the decisions she makes when she realizes that she's imperiled. 24. Uh-oh, I'm so fucked.
We don't have a record of a cop named Rupert.
Yeah,
The computer?
it's time to go.
It has no record of the tag numbers.
That
of the
car
you were
bomb
in.
was not
Must
an
be
accident.
Fake tags.
Oh shit, I'm in trouble. Yeah, look at her eyes. Oh fuck. She did the math. I love it. Ooh, the PTSD is popping. I feel for her. I really do. Like, she lost her man. She knows she's in trouble. She's scared out of her wits. She's in shock. And now she's got to worry about somebody trying to kill her. You know she's really going through it when those veins pop up on her forehead.
He's dead, Gavin.
Give me 15 minutes and I'll have a dozen agents pick you up.
The thing is, like, I appreciate him wanting to assist her, but he's got to be kidding that he really thought it would be as simple as I'll just send some agents and she won't be in danger.
Thomas is dead because he talked to you. You tell that to Director Voiles.
She's got a point. It's a conspiracy of someone that could affect the president. So no, there was absolutely no way.
I just wish that you'd back off of the thing. What the hell?
Robert, you
It's
disappoint
a goose
me.
chase.
Are you asking me to ignore a suspect, Mr. President?
The best thing for him to have done was just let it play out. And he could just deny. This put a target on his back because now the FBI director's going to be like, this fool told me to back off. He must know something. How far did he know something? It's hilarious. All these big guys are the ones that we're all thinking one of them might be the guy. And then it turns out to be this midget man in the corner who is like a pit bull. Two things I know about Julia Roberts: she likes to run and she loves horses. I think there was a discussion on set about how intense this chase scene should be. So he told her, I'm gonna come at you full throttle. And he gave her what she asked for. That scream was real. The things she had to think about, and that she actually was really astute. Like, they can track me through credit cards. I probably should use cash. Now pay attention. That dude there, we're gonna see him again.
And may I have your card?
I'm gonna pay with cash.
They've been looking under rocks. She's using credit cards. She'll be dead in 48
She knows.
hours.
This means her little brief is right on point.
He made sure that she had backup she didn't even know about. That's a damn hero. Especially since the CIA can't handle domestic things. Domestic is the FBI's backyard, so he shouldn't have done that, but he did do it, and he's the reason why this all works out in the end.
Chance they know that I know they've been treating me funny.
The guys at the firm?
Yeah.
Going to be a government lawyer?
Is that good enough? You idiot.
Is this Greg Grantham with the Washington Herald?
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Have you heard of the Pelican Brief?
So many people who work labor jobs and are the reason why so many conspiracies have been undone in our country's history. Like Deep Throat ended up being like a security guard at the Watergate or something like that. It's just these ordinary people who stood on business when the occasion called for it. You gotta salute the everyman.
Your computer's gone. So are your floppy disks.
Damn. If she didn't have confirmation before that she was onto something, raiding her house for all of her files is definitely a tell, government.
What is going on?
Sweetie, like, if I'm trying this hard not to give you details, you don't want to know. There he is again.
Boy, that's not fair.
It's the dude from behind the plant at the hotel. In another movie, this would be charming. But he is a monster. The things he was willing to do just to keep her in one spot. The laundry. You fool. Monster. Look at that little guy. Asshole. How dare you sing to me in the street in New Orleans and then you're literally marking me for death. What's wild about him is like he's 5'4", but he's undeterred by any dude bigger than him. He needs her. She said, help me, and he said, I got it. This dude is a Terminator. He is scary. And he's still, look at him. He's a monster. New Orleans. Wow. And Rupert all the while is just hanging around, keeping an eye. I know he literally had just arrived home. And then he gets another, we need you to come back. Oh, fuck me.
Tell me where you want to meet, and within an hour I'll come get you with 3 agents.
I know he meant well, but he was very naive. Conspiracy involving an institution of the presidency. No way you were just going to get 3 agents to show up, bro. Poor bastard. I know he showed up to the gates at St. Peter, and he looked at Thomas and was like, dude, what the fuck? What are you doing here? They got you too? Damn! Like, he's not moving like someone who's got any urgency. You saw the brief too, Gavin. You saw it too. Like, you're on the list as well. The kill list, if there is one, you're on it, bro. That's Dick Van Dyke's brother. Dun, 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 dun. Gavin unwrapped it. Kamal finished it.
Tell me where you want to meet.
Him just.
Tell me where you want to meet, and within an hour I'll come and get you.
Sounds like John Hurd. God, that's scary. I can't believe she didn't do any legwork to find out what this guy looked like beforehand. It strains credulity because she's been so thorough up to this point. She didn't think to find out, what does Gavin Verheek look like? Before I go and meet him to try and save my life because I know I'm being stalked by professional killers. When the saints go marching in. How comforted she must have thought herself to be that she was holding his hand and she felt protected. You're holding your man's best friend's hand. She felt safe, and it's just so quickly undone. And not for the reason that she thinks. She thinks she just saw her boyfriend's best friend get murdered, when in fact, her life was saved by that action. That shit-eating grin on his face. I've got her dead to rights and she has no idea. I'm so fucking good at my job. Fuck you, bro.
Kamala's dead. We don't know who did it. She's running.
All these men just...
We lost her. We'll find her.
Don't worry. We got it. She can't get far. She's just a girl. Yeah, a girl who found out what your shady-ass firm and your ridiculous oil prospector did to 2 sitting justices. And she's just 24. Yeah, just a girl.
Your friend that was murdered in the car explosion?
Callahan.
Where did this explosion take place?
I pay money for that notepad. If someone wants to sell
I
that
think
to
that
me,
should be enough.
Name your price. It's so funny to be a reporter. It's like that Gale Weathers thing where, yeah, people are getting killed, but damn it, I see a story and I see a Pulitzer.
Callahan was killed exactly as you said. I also checked on Verheek. They found his body the day before yesterday in a hotel room.
Okay, now she knows. I'm surprised she didn't clock it when she saw the gun.
Everyone I've told about the brief is dead.
I'll take my chances.
Give me that story, girl. I flew all the way here. Give me that damn story.
You'll get your 10 minutes when I get my goddamn interview.
I will say that the women in this movie made very prudent decisions. Not just Darby, but Curtis's wife as well.
Would you mind sleeping on the sofa?
God, the look in her eyes. Please don't go.
No problem.
empathy on display.
What made you pick me, Darby Shaw?
Kellyanne was a fan.
And she never forgot. She loved that man. Story of the century falls into your lap because her boyfriend thought you were pretty freaking cool.
Name Victor Matisse mean anything to you?
Money, power, influence.
Capitalism is the cornerstone of our society, but greed is going to be its undoing.
In 1979, his oil company punched some holes in Terrebonne Parish and hit oil. The Pelican becomes the hero.
Yeah, there's no other place for this bird to go.
How long would it take for the case to be decided by the Supreme Court?
Anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
He was really following.
Rosenberg would have died by natural causes.
Well, yes, but another president could be in the White House when he died.
Money! Love of money, not money itself, but love of money is the root of all evil.
If you're Victor Matisse, now's the time to take them out, predict their replacement.
Matisse is already fucking rich. He contributed to a presidential campaign. His most secret and most generous contributor. He already had all that money, and he's like, I need more money.
Electric chair.
The law firms, were there any in Washington, D.C.?
White and Blazevich.
Brim Stearns.
And
something.
Brim Stearns.
I might have seen this movie a couple of times.
Now, if your brief is right, the president has lost any chance for re-election. There are men around the president that won't let that happen.
Any chance, just by association, he's toast.
I checked with all my sources last night. All of them said the brief doesn't exist, never has.
So much money at stake, they'll disappear you like that. I don't need you to reinforce how in danger and imperiled I am. Thank you, Gray, I know.
I'm sending you to Arkansas.
I need more time.
For what? You've lost your sources at the White House.
There's a reason why you're sitting at that desk and that he's out in the field. You have no instincts. Sir, your instincts suck for storytelling. This is a story of a lifetime. You just want to bury him, tell him to go someplace else. What, go to George and Martha's place? Bad instincts.
We met right here in Washington a few weeks ago, which is when he must have given him the brief.
He's doing the numbers. I love it.
Okay, why don't you go down to that crappy cabin of yours on the weekend?
I don't think Smith Keen has read all the President's Men.
If you can prove to me that you've got a way to bring this story back to life, I might keep you on it.
Or watched. Is that a movie and a book? I should know that. It's good that he was dogged about this. That conversation really could have killed the whole thing, and Darby would be dead.
His friends and family asked, would anyone commit suicide in such a manner?
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to be so vocal. I'm sorry.
Who's out there?
Where's the dog?
It's Darby!
Oh, baby. No umbrella? You trying to catch a cold, get a flu, and die that way?
If they bugged the phone in your apartment, I wanted them to think I left the country.
Clever girl.
How'd you find me?
Called the paper and asked for your editor.
And he told you?
I told him I was your sister Mary, in from out of town, and couldn't find you.
How do you know I had a sister Mary?
You're not the only one that does research.
She's enterprising. Like you. What a match! They would have made beautiful babies.
She's got a point.
I'm talking about the characters, not the real Denzel and Julia. Although I do love their relationship now. And I can't wait for them to do another movie together. What is the holdup? Hollywood, write the script. Take my money. You could have put him in Leave the World Behind, and I'd be watching that movie on repeat. This gagged the hell out of me.
Well, it was the right thing to do, no matter where the body was found.
It was the right thing to do?
You're unbelievable.
Robert, you piece of shit! You knew that Gavin was being murked? Get him out of my White House now. Get him out of my fucking house. That's my fucking house. It's your fucking house. Let's get him out of the house.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground.
A man the president knew and took millions from paid money to have 2 Supreme Court justices knocked off so that his pal the president could appoint more reasonable men to the bench.
Does it look
if our
good?
friend Voiles leaks that you asked him to hold off investigating the brief, we could be into an obstruction charge.
But there has to be some way to keep this information from coming out.
But I need to help Victor. He won't give me any more money. That's that plausible deniability thing I said. I just know. I just feel in my gut. A girl wouldn't have done this. There, I said it.
We attack the lawyers directly.
Yeah, what if it's another firm?
We go to Plan C.
What's that?
I don't know. We haven't gotten that far yet.
What if you do?
My plans have contingencies for their contingencies for their contingencies. You're gonna need Z. You're gonna need to go all the way to Z for this one.
I'm at the Marbury Hotel, room 833.
We never see this guy again. He literally looks the same size and build as Denzel. They could be twins. I just want to know who this was. Was he a good guy or a bad guy? He was definitely African American. But I wonder if that was the CIA scoping through his stuff, or if that was henchmen for Matisse. Well, it must have been henchmen for Matisse, because that is the CIA following him now. I mean, Rupert's like, damn it, I'm supposed to be trailing her, and I haven't seen her in days. Poor Gray. He had no idea that this guy wasn't necessarily a problem. But he did know he was being tailed, so good for him for trying to evade capture. That was smart. Very smart.
I'm from White and Blazevich. You have something for me?
I'd have been just like her if I had been in that position on set. Denzel's signing paper in front of me.
I'll see you later.
Look, he's already protective over her. And she's like, I know. He cares, girl. He does.
One of the students you talked to this morning called White and Blazevich. No more class schedules for reporters.
I mean, she's right. In any other circumstance, I commend her for doing her job. I'm only mad because she's getting in the way of my man getting his work done.
Mr. Grantham, I know Edward. He sort of dropped out of school. Park Lane Hospital.
I know that Gray is going to account for all of these people who did the right thing and gave him information that he needed along the way to get the story done. And that young man is also a linchpin. Because if he doesn't give this information, they don't get the info that they need from Edward. This movie is just filled with ordinary people making extraordinary leaps to help.
May I see your administrator?
I'll see if I can find him.
Again, just doing her job. It's a good setup. This dude is gorgeous.
He works in the oil and gas section on the 9th floor.
He looks like a cross between Aidan Quinn and Tony Goldwyn. Did I lie?
Morgan.
I can't tell you how grateful I am.
This is why I say it's really important to be kind as often as you can to people. Because I tell you this much. If she hadn't been kind to him, he could have blown up her spot. And then this whole thing goes to hell.
You know, when you opened the door, I thought I was hallucinating again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'll take a hallucination like that. Anytime.
But because of her kindness, he literally saves this whole thing. And I know I've said that before, but really, he identifies Curtis, which they needed. She's nice to him, and she could have been sunk right here.
Is your sister?
Yeah.
God bless.
Leave her alone.
Thank you, Edward. Thank you so much.
Morgan. Curtis Morgan.
Got him.
Oil and gas.
If it wasn't for the fact that they were dealing with someone who would literally have them killed on a street corner, he's loving this.
You say you have an appointment with Curtis Morgan?
Yes, at 5.
Curtis Morgan is dead.
Oh my God, she wants to pass out.
Do you have some identification?
He's security.
Security for what?
I'm glad that she decided to lean on indignation in this moment, because anything else would have gotten her caught quicker. Yeah, I'm indignant. How dare you try and call security on me?
No, let's just talk. Oh, you're crying.
The breakdown was warranted, but damn, I'm glad she kept her composure until that moment.
Look at me. I want you to leave.
And his mind has changed. They've inversed. There are feelings involved now. I want you to go where I wanted you to stay, and she wants to stay where she wanted to go.
What's changed your mind?
I want you to reach 25.
I'm going with
you. If you want me to live, then I'm coming with you. Damn straight. I'm not leaving your side. You're stuck with my ass. Everything's been good since I've been with you, so I'm not doing anything different.
Your husband called me, and I don't believe his death was an accidental murder.
Change your mind, sir.
I understand he wants to protect his daughter. That is such a player move, leaving the card, so that people know that they can be in control in case they want to share. Just let them know that you're around. Call me on your time. It's fine. But do call me. I mean, if it were me, I'd be in the bed with him. No funny business, just I'd be in the same room, we'd be in the same bed. I'm sticking to you like glue.
Yes.
This is Mrs. Morgan. Mr. Grantham, do you still want to see me?
Girl, yes!
One condition, if you find something that disparages my husband, you can't use it.
You have my word, Mrs. Morgan.
In the midst of all of her tragedy and loss, she's still trying to help. This woman is a gangster. Stood on business. Respect, Mrs. Morgan. Fucking respect. He had no idea that today was the day he was going to die. He thought he'd be doing all the killing.
What a goose!
Do you have your keys? Yes, I do.
For a lady assassin that has to chase people, I'm surprised she wore a skirt. No, she's not in a pantsuit. I would think that if I were going to go kill people as an assassin, I'd want to be in a pantsuit. That's just me, though. I don't kill people for a living. Boy, he really did take precautions. Physical, media, and a signed affidavit. Ironclad. He is a lawyer.
4-page affidavit, signed under oath before notary public.
It's dated the day before the last time he called me.
It's amazing to me how easily they find people to do this line of work. Like, you're killing folks, and it's just, you don't care at all about the reason that you're killing them?
Oh, listen to this.
That's why I could never be an assassin, because I'd be like,
well, what does she do?
Why am I supposed to shoot this dude? Why am I blowing up his car? For that? No, I'm not doing that. Find somebody else.
He worked for a client who was engaged in a huge lawsuit in South Louisiana. A man named Victor Matisse.
This is great suspense. We know that there's a car bomb, but they don't. So every time he touches that thing, you're like, no, 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 no.
No, stop. Greg, get out of the
Her PTSD was like, and he didn't question her not one bit. She said, get out the car. I'm getting out the damn car. The body language between the two of them is just everything. She is clutching him and she never stops. Like, from this point, it's all about proximity, the closeness, right up against each other. Never lets him go until she has to. but always together, never apart. Gray Grantham and Darby Shaw for life! She was so sure. Thanks, Doberman! Good thing you're both into cardio.
Damn!
Perfect! Somebody get some s'mores.
I should never have kept him on that story.
What story?
Smart. Very smart, Smith. That might be the smartest thing you've done in this movie.
Smith Keen, meet Darby Shaw.
The memo's from M. Valmano. He's a senior partner.
Rest in peace, Curtis. I like that they got a lot of people in the
There's
room
no signature.
to watch it, witness it. The
And
information's out
Justices
there.
Rosenberg and Jensen
Can't
were
kill them
killed.
all.
There's no doubt in my mind this is the work of Matisse and his associates. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'll always be with you.
What's hysterical about that memo is that it's not all that incriminating until you factor in that Curtis was murdered. Then it becomes a thing. It could have just been this memo that they could have just disavowed, and there would have been little credence to it. But they killed this dude and made it bigger.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
This is Marty Valmano.
There's only one good Marty. His name is Marty McFly. You, sir, are no Marty McFly.
I don't know if you've heard of the Pelican Brief. We also have a copy of a memo sent by you.
He really does play an asshole so very well. Remember in Silence of the Lambs, Chilton? Having an old friend for dinner. I hope he tasted good with some Chianti and some fava beans.
It's a fabrication.
You have no lawsuit, Mr. Valmano.
You son of a bitch.
This is satisfying. I'm so glad she got to hear this shit.
And we were wondering if there were any comments.
You received some bad information, Gray.
Did he, though? You will be that fall guy. And it's glorious. Your wife will divorce you. She'll take the house in Santa Barbara.
This is the 21st century. She's going to leave you and she's going to take your children with her. And everyone will applaud her from the religious right to the women's groups. And then one day, about 3 or 4 years from now, you'll step into your bathroom, take out that revolver. You'll put it in your mouth and you'll blow the back of your skull off.
We believe the FBI knew about Matisse early on, so we wanted to give you guys a chance to comment.
Yeah, okay, we'll comment, but not on the phone. Again, with the proximity, sitting leg within leg. It is a relying respect love, if that makes sense. Like, there is nobody in the world that Darby trusts more than Gray. He is making it possible for her to live her life. He is getting the story out to ensure that everyone knows what happened so that she can be safe in a way that wouldn't have been possible without him. It's good, y'all. It's really good. We could all be so lucky as to meet a Gray Grantham. I'm going to get annoying. I'm going to quote as much of this as I can remember.
So you're the little lady who started this great brouhaha.
I think you have me confused with a friend of the president.
Did the White House interfere with the FBI investigation of Matisse?
Look at that body language.
Last Wednesday, the president asked me to ignore Victor Matisse as a suspect. In his words, he asked me to back off.
Right up against her. I don't blame her. They even look at him in sync.
Which I will allow no one to hear unless the president first denies us.
Yeah, catch him in a lie. If he doesn't say anything, you don't have to bring it up.
I'd like a few minutes alone with Ms. Shaw.
It's your call.
I'd like Mr. Grantham to stay.
No hesitation. It's her call. I'd like Mr. Grantham to stay. It makes complete sense. He's kept her alive till now. Who killed the man that masqueraded as Gavin Verheek?
The man who killed Kamel was a contract operative hired independently by the CIA.
Rupert?
He probably has 20 names.
I think the brief initially scared Gaminsky more than the rest of us. He sent Rupert in part to watch and in part to protect.
We can help. What do you want?
I want to leave the country alone.
We'll get you out of this building. We'll put you in my plane. We'll fly you anywhere you want.
That's fine.
Just a look between them.
You're the director,
You're the director
of
of the FBI. Set
it
it
up.
No conversation except eye contact between the two of them making the arrangements. She looks over. He knows he's going with her. She says he's on the plane. They didn't discuss it. It was just what they were going to do. Look at them. She hasn't slept like that. She is asleep. She is at rest. And he's like, she feels safe with me. And he has no problem being her protector. I really like it, you guys. So there's a lot said about this scene. A Twisters-like dialogue, if you will, about the finality between these two characters and why it never became physical. And there's a good reason for that. Think about the time. The year before, Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner did a movie called The Bodyguard, an interracial romance. No problem. Everyone fell in love with that dynamic. No problem. Denzel had a very different feeling. Denzel was afraid of alienating the black female community and what a kiss between him and a white woman would do. I am here on the record to say, I don't give a fuck, and I would have been fine with it. But the enduring legacy of this scene and the fact that a hug could do what a kiss could not, that little tiny peck ain't it. It's this him swallowing, catching the tears in his throat because he's saying goodbye to a friend. There's the horn from James. There's Darby turning around because the peck ain't enough. I'm saying goodbye to the man who saved my life. It's perfect. It's really perfect. God damn, I miss James Horner so much. Fix the suit. And them doe eyes looking up at him. Oh, God, it's so pretty. I love the movies. I love the movies so much. They really did save each other. And it's really love. It doesn't have to be physical. I know how much he cares about her. He never left her side. He stayed with her, and it wasn't about the story anymore. The story is icing on the cake. The cake is her.
Gray, the ripple effects of your story just don't seem to stop. That this woman is a figment of your imagination. In other words, she's just too good to be true.
She almost is.
It's the best movie in the world. It's the best. It's the best. I said what I said. I will tell you something. The enduring legacy of this film is the friendship between Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts. The year that Denzel and Halle and Sidney Poitier all took their Oscars home, Julia Roberts had won, I think the year before, for Erin Brockovich. And the way that it works is that the winner of Best Actress and the winner of Best Actor hand out those awards to each other in the following year. So Julia, by virtue of the universe, was in the position to give Denzel his Oscar for when he won for Training Day. And when she was announcing the winner,
The Oscar goes to I Love My Life, Denzel Washington.
and when he came on that stage, she gave him the biggest hug because their friendship from this movie was real. They have loved each other for years. And it's so beautiful. She could not have been happier for him. And he held her so tight. And he was just so happy to have his friend be the one that gave him that award. And she couldn't have been happier for him to be able to be the one to do it. It's a real friendship. And I'm okay with the fact that it didn't become a salacious physical thing on screen. I didn't need to see a sloppy kiss or anything like that. I just saw something real born in that moment. I don't know why I'm emotional about it. It's silly, really, but I love this movie so much. And when I think about how much I love movies, it starts here. This is where I remember. I've seen movies before this, but this is the one where I just fell in love with every aspect. The beauty of the cinematography, how everybody was invested in making sure that they put the best performance forward. She went to law school, and Tony went and studied with George fucking Stephanopoulos in the Clinton administration so that he could get his part right. You know, and Alan Pakula, you know, really listening to his actors about how they wanted their characters to be portrayed, taking Denzel's advice about not forcing the romantic connection and making sure that they communicated the depth of the relationship and the affection between the two of them by other virtues, by other actions that they took. The physicality of it, the way that they were latched on to each other, just the simplest things that communicate love. And the music, God, James Horner, just, there's so much brilliance in how he orchestrates. I can listen to the soundtrack of this movie on its face without the film, and I know what's happening in every moment of that score. I'm not at a loss for what moment is being described and acted out. He's that good. I would encourage you to listen to his soundtracks for Legends of the Fall, for Aliens. For me, the second best one, not even Titanic, because it's brilliant and it's Oscar winning, mind you, but if you ever get a chance to listen to the soundtrack for Casper, there's one track off of that soundtrack. I think it's track 5. It's called The Lighthouse. It's so special. And it's a gift that this generation will never have again. In the meantime, you're just going to have to deal with what he left behind. That Titanic soundtrack is very special too. Man, I just love this movie so much. I hope you have a movie that you like this much in your life. And I hope that you watch it and watch it and watch it to the point that you can recite it too. I really enjoyed this. I'm glad that I did this, and I'm glad that I got to share it with you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Give me your thoughts. Is this your favorite Grisham adaptation? Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, weekend, whenever it is that you watch this, and please, wherever you can, be the reason that someone smiles today.